Good afternoon. We just want to welcome you to this is a highlight video of highlighting one of our membership committee members, CVBIA, Coastal Virginia Building Industry Association. Formerly, it's a combination of Tidewater Builders Association and PHBA, which is Peninsula Housing and Building Association. And wanted to highlight one of our membership committee members who's been on the membership committee for a couple years. I'm the chairman, and we just want to highlight Bob Quarforth with C&F Mortgage. So basically, since I'm the chairman, I wanted to highlight several of the members who've been with us for a while. My name is Arnel Tanyag. I'm with Tanyag Company. I help key leaders of construction, real estate, and trades who are at the breaking point because they're struggling with tremendous pressure to perform in their role, do the high demand of work, high levels of stress, and they're not taking care of themselves, leading to burnout and uncertainty to hire, train, and lead a team. Our proven approach helps them gain clarity, confidence, courage to solve their problems with proven systems of success that can help. No one competes with us. So I wanted to just, again, introduce one of our membership committee members who really helps me out tremendously. He is my go-to guy on the peninsula. Again, it's Bob Quarforth with C&F Mortgage. So Bob, I just wanted to let's go ahead and get you started and just share your story and how you help the community. So how'd you get started in the business?
Well, quite frankly, it was the only job I could find after college during the recession years in the back in '83.
Wow.
And it was, other than selling tires. So it just kind of sucked me in, and then, mortgage banking for life.
That's awesome. So what are some reasons you like the business?
I find it challenging. It utilizes a lot of my critical thinking skills. I come to find I have is, running numbers in my head all day long and zone out, and my family goes, what's wrong with you? But I'm just thinking, critical thinking. And I like, getting the outcomes I want. So you have to go through a lot of challenges and things like that to really focus on the outcomes. Everybody happy proves. Make everything, things like that. And customers, they reward me, with their thank yous and referrals for sure. And the pay isn't so bad. Lately, not quite what I used to, but it's pretty good. I don't think I've tried to look at other things and can't compete.
All right. Tell me who are some of your ideal clients?
It's interesting you say that. Is I think you say self-employed, and I really do a lot. Self-employed borrowers not by accident, but because I used to levitate towards me. Because I know how to deal with the tax returns and business tax returns and utilize income, and also have programs that can separate me not using tax returns. If you put enough money down, we can surely do your loan if you're self-employed. But I really always think it's helping people that help themselves. If they want to help themselves, in their process and buying their houses. I really enjoy those clients because I can really help them a lot. As far as just whatever you do to help me, I can help you much better.
All right. What problems or challenges you saw with those type of clients?
Those clients is budgeting. Self-employed clients is more about, no one's going to do my loan for me. And my answer is, yeah, I think I can. But the other people that need to help themselves, with respect to first-time home buyers and people who don't think they can qualify for a house and think they're challenged, is really about that, helping them budget and think through what their expenses are and looking at the big picture, and then helping with paperwork flow, because it's very cumbersome. It's a lot of stuff to feed me, and I try to make it as not to bury them, but I need the same thing from everybody. So sometimes people, have a tendency to want to give up. And I say, you're almost there. This is some idea of how you can obtain the information in a little easier fashion.
I know. Do you work with? I know you told me a story that you were in the Builder Association in Northern Virginia, and you like working with builders. Any specific reasons you like working with builders and their clients?
It's funny is I think the builder part is because maybe back in my alter ego, I wanted to be a builder, but didn't
Mm.
really have the guts or wherewithal to take that on because it's quite a business structure.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's more about knowing their business well and getting. And I started in the business working for a builder's mortgage company,
Mm.
so therefore I talk builder, if you will, more
Yeah.
than most loan officers. And I
Yeah.
think it shows when someone says, "How do you do that?" And I said, "Well, it's kind of a natural thing now. I don't know if there's something you
Oh,
can
good.
teach, but I really enjoy the additional strategies, additional things you got to work through to get builder loans done. So, and I enjoy the people very much. So,
Yeah. So you had previous experience as a mortgage person for builders, so you actually had that in-house knowledge, right?
yes, actually, that's where I started in the business back in '83. With
Wow.
a builder-owned mortgage company, and I saw all their trials and tribulations, and I would run down to. I was in Northern Virginia, and I'd run down to Richmond with a whole trunk full of nails and stuff to, because the guy needed them, and he knew I was
Yeah.
coming down there for an event, so you pull into the driveway, and here it is, 100 boxes of nails open up while you're driving, and they're all
Wow.
over my trunk. So it was a lot of
Wow.
fun. I mean, I really understand their trials and tribulations of supply, and know all the parts like fascia boards and things like that and how they're constructed. It helped me a
That's
lot.
really good. And then you also, like you mentioned earlier, you do a lot with self-employed because you understand that whole process around the taxes, P&L and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. That's crazy. It was a self-inflicted course I took in college, accounting,
Oh,
um,
wow.
tax return accounting. So
Wow.
I was not even required. I just figured out help me learn how to do tax returns personally and save some money instead of a CPA. And little did I know that that would reward me for the rest of my life. To know
Yes, it would.
how to read them and know exactly what's going on and talk the lingo.
No, that's good. So tell me the reasons you joined CVBIA.
Um, I moved into the area from Northern Virginia, and I was a part of the Northern Virginia Builder Association, and I searched CVBI out. I figured that would be a good, source of networking with builders, and I understood, the organizational patterns. And quite frankly, that was one of the better decisions I made to grow my business in the area. I'm getting a lot of business from Northern Virginia, but this is a new platform, and I felt that CVBI would give me that opportunity. Little did I know that there was more networking opportunities here than even the Northern Virginia Building Association, because
Wow.
people are just welcoming you in, and they're in 2 years, I think I'm doing more here than any other builder association I've been involved in. Um,
Yeah.
so I really, I'm glad I'm here.
Good. And any specific reasons you volunteered on the membership committee in the early start?
Yeah, it's all about helping others. But it was reached out to me. I said, you seem to be a networker, and I've been told
Mm-hmm.
that a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that skill helps, I think, the association is being in the membership committee. And I felt it gave me more opportunities to network and having more of a group of friends, because I didn't know anybody in the area other than
Yeah.
maybe my daughter in Virginia Beach. But it was kind of cool because I got to know people, and I'm very social in a
Yeah.
way. So I like the ability to reach out to people, get to know them, being more social, and I like talking on the phone. This is my job. So I felt that would be really something that would fit me.
Good. What have you got out of volunteering on the membership committee for CVBIA?
Um, I mean, other than getting out of the house, because
Yep.
I do a lot of business in my home office, and I'm used to
Mm-hmm.
not being at home working so
Yep.
much back in the
Yep.
day before COVID. And then being in this area, I don't have an office theory. It's in Richmond, so I don't really see it but once a year. So, but this is my office, so it gets me out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, that's not for most people because they're probably already out of the house. But
Yep.
I would say, you know, doing other things than mortgages, meeting people, socializing, getting into networks, getting to know these people, um, whether it be builders or associates, because I have had my my fees paid for 100 times over by the
Oh, wow.
referrals I'm getting, not just with builders, it's other associates too.
Yep.
And that know people who need loans and they need loans and people buying houses. So it's you just don't tie yourself down and say, oh, it's always just after the builder. It's everybody in the
Yeah.
organization. So I've been rewarded quite nicely.
Well, yeah. No, thanks to the association. Yeah, you've been heavily involved in the membership community a couple of years. You help the peninsula. You do all the events in the peninsula. You and I do the mingles over there. You do follow up. You're the guy who, if I can't get something, you can get some. So we both tag team there, and it's been very helpful. And you live over there. I mean, it's a hop, skip, a jump for you. You're over there more than I am. So it's just getting familiar with the members and helping them. So it's a big win for us, and I think it's a big win for you. You know? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's right. That's right. Yeah, good. So if you're telling somebody to join CVBIA and volunteer, what would you tell them, and what specific reasons they should consider it? Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. 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 No, no, you're totally correct. I think you buy into the long term gain, the long term building of relationships, and really understand that it's if you help and you're consistent and you show up and you volunteer, you truly care, you get rewarded. And then the other thing too, you're there. You're consistently there, and people know you, and then they reward you the fact that you're there. I mean, a lot of times people go into an association, they're out in the first year, and they're wondering why it's not working. Well, they got to get involved, and you've been heavily involved since we started, and you've been very instrumental in the peninsula. So, which is, it's a peninsula members are great members. They do phenomenal work of business, and it's growing, and you're doing a great job. And so, and the other thing too, I just want to let people know that Bob does a phenomenal job in the mortgages, not only in self-employed, but with builders, but also he's a great volunteer on the membership committee. I tell him he's my point of contact for the peninsula. If you understand, look, I don't live over there, but we'll just connect you to Bob. I'll invite you to events and activities because, there's something about having local. That's the key. So again, thanks for watching this video. Just wanted to highlight one of our members on the membership committee, Bob Quarforth with C&F Mortgage. He's been volunteer for a couple years in the membership committee. He's done a phenomenal job in helping grow the membership committee, helping us to just run the mingles and meeting people and greeting people on the peninsula. He comes over here on the south side too. He's just overall, not only is an expert, he's great in building people and helping people. So we always want to provide value especially for membership committee members who've been with us for a long term, because my goal is to build membership committee members who've been for years, so they actually eventually become a name around the organization, eventually get on the board, get involved, meet some great people, help it grow. So one of the things we want to do, myself and the CEO and the staff of CVBIA, is highlight several members of the membership committee who've been with us a year or more, and just making sure that people know that we got great people out there helping to help them. And Bob's one of them. And Bob, let's say thank you for everybody. And I appreciate that. All right. I appreciate it. Thanks.